there's an unprecedented amount of conflict right now on the planet, and obviously there are 100 million plus people who are displaced. So where are you seeing potential for AI in those humanitarian situations, and what are the also potential roadblocks?
I was in Rome just before coming to Geneva, and the humanitarian agencies based in Rome are already using AI for deduplicating beneficiaries, for managing their supply chains, for reaching those who need assistance the most. So there is potential that we are already realizing, and there is more potential that we can realize, especially as we go through the UNAT reform process. But I think there are challenges also. Our internal capacities, the resources that are available, the humanitarian resources are shrinking at this point, unfortunately. But then in the field, there are challenges around safety, protection, and the complexity of the mandate. So if someone is standing in a queue for food and takes food for 5 to 7 people, is it a large family, or is that food going to some fighters? So that data is potentially dual use. So if that data is not protected well, and unfortunately we already see some cases, it can actually get into the wrong hands and make the conflict situation worse.
What is the plan then to protect that data? I mean, what currently is being done? What can tech companies do? What can humanitarian organizations do to make sure that that data, I get what you're saying, it's being collected, it could fall into the wrong hands. What are the protections for those organizations?
I mean, there is the Digital Emblem Initiative, and maybe for your audience to appreciate this, we put the Red Cross emblem on ambulances, on field hospitals, so that they are not attacked as military targets. So this is the digital equivalent of that. The ICRC has come out with this, and private sector partners are stepping in. Now, can we put that into every website, into every digital platform, database, etc.? And that's a challenge we can only do, as you were saying, Madam President, in partnership with the private sector. So that's an implementation race that we have to run. But sometimes this requires more than emblems, because these emblems may not be respected, unfortunately. So protection has to be made stronger.